While I was playing one of them, a near-red alarm sounded over Paris, soon to be followed by anti-aircraft guns firing at enemy planes. But this dramatic atmosphere inspired me to go on. And it was such a shock to me that I thought I will not be able to leave. It will kill me. After 2 weeks of very deep and very great sorrow, little by little, I understood that I have to rebuild my life. And this is what I start to do.
When did you first start taking piano lessons?
Oh, I was very a small girl. I was about 3 years old.
Well, I suppose in Poland, everyone studied your most famous composer.
Of course, Chopin, but I was, since my childhood, in love with Bach. This was in this time, it means 70 years ago, this was something unusual. If I wouldn't be in love with my music, what could I do? Nothing. And this is the most important. People who have nothing in their inside, in their soul, they are poor. But a man or a woman who has a conviction that something is beautiful, that something is profound, it helps him to overcome his grief. I was aggressive, I was terrible, because it was my child, my harpsichord. Now, there are so many harpsichordists, what they call are harpsichordists. Everywhere you can find a harpsichord player. They sprout like mushrooms. Everywhere you can find them. But, you know, they didn't even know how hard was the struggle. I love my audience. I am in love with my audience. I share with them my joy. They know it. They know it very well. We were very, very poor. We had nothing to eat, but we had enough to dream. And so we went to museums, we went to libraries, and he helped me to find the truth in Bach's instrument. And I did find, but you know, the instruments in museums were mute. They were beautiful to look on, but they didn't sound anymore.
Were there any interesting people or series of events in Russia that remain in your memory?
Of course, Tolstoy.
Did he attend your concerts?
No, because he was secluded in his Yasnaya Polana, you know. But the Countess, she attended almost all my concerts, because I must, without any stupid modesty, say that I was really the most popular instrumentalist at this time. So one day, one evening, after a concert, the Countess came to me, and then she said, what a pity that my poor husband cannot attend this concert. And I said, if he cannot come to Moscow, I will go to him. 2 sleds were waiting. One was for my husband and me, and the other one for my harpsichord. And it was a very bad evening. It was a blizzard. But you know, blizzard in Russia, you cannot imagine what it was. Snow, very small snow, but perpetually. And of course, I didn't understand how bad it was. I didn't understand that it was dangerous. And suddenly the muzhik driver stopped, and he said, we have to wait till the horses will find their way. Can you imagine this? I didn't understand. I was so impetuous. I was young, and I jumped from the sled in the snow. And I was still here in the snow. My nose, my big nose, has saved me the life. I had to play the whole afternoon till very late in the evening. Tolstoy was the most musical human being I have ever met. He didn't know the harpsichord. Imagine this experience to discover for this great man and a new old instrument and new old music. This was really more than marvelous. Mostly, pianists were against the harpsichord. Probably against me too, because my harpsichord and I are only one. Now, they were against because the idea of interpretation and the sound was so different from the piano that they were enemy immediately. And imagine how hard I had to fight with them. It is marvelous landscape, and I'm inspired. I come back. Come back to my harpsichord, and then I go again to see the mountains and the lake, and so this is true. The piano is struck. The string is struck. Here the string is plucked. You see, this is the small jack which plucks the string. And this is a small piece of wood. And here a tongue. And the string is under this tongue, of course. This is the philosophy of my harpsichord.
Have you succeeded in doing what you wanted to do?
It would be stupidly modest if I would say I am not successful, because I have obtained victory for my instrument and for my art and for the idea of my art. Of course I am successful. It doesn't mean that I am very delighted by myself, not at all. But to work, to play with all your heart and all intensity, this is important. And of course you have to prepare your fingers to make them fit.
Madame Landowska is rearranging the bouquet of red roses she has just received, and now she takes her position once again at the harpsichord.
This chromatic, fantasy, and fugue. I worked at this piece for many years, and now, 74 years old woman sees this piece in a quite different way. Try to understand me, love with me, and perhaps be indulgent.
Would it have been easier to do what you have done for the harpsichord and for the music?
Yes.
If you had been a man?
I don't know. I don't really know. I think that a woman is able to do very many interesting things first, because she is gifted, she can be gifted. Then she can be inspired. And then after all, she is a woman. This is something that it is more.